All right, this program is going to start by creating a rectangle. Remember, we have been discussing overloading, and we're still working with overloading the constructor. And in this case, I'm going to have two constructors, one that will make actually a rectangle in the sense of the length and width will be different, and then we will make a rectangle that is in actuality a square. So we've got our declaration of our class, public class rectangle, and we have our two instance variables, length and width. And after much effort, I've gotten all the spellings corrected. And then our normal constructor would be sending in both the length and the width, and then this dot length equals length, this dot width equals width, where length and width, and these are the instance variables. And we have to use the this dot so that we're discussing, or we are setting the instance variables equal to the values of the parameters that are set in. Then our second constructor is going to send in one double for the side, which will actually then be a square because we set both length and width equal to side. We have, strangely enough, a get area method, which is going to be length times width. And then just for fun, I got a get perimeter. Hopefully that's spelled correctly. It's early in the morning. I have no clue. So then we have 2 times length plus 2 times width. And we'll save that. Now, there is, nothing inherently exciting about this except for the fact that, again, we have overloaded our constructor. I have neglected the constructor where we send no parameters. I didn't really see any reason to do that. All right, so this is cube runner 3. And so what we're going to do, this is actually the 13th. So we have a rectangle R1 is new rectangle with length and width, and then we have a get area method. And then let's do, just for fun, CTANG R2. Actually, let's call this, we'll call this square. And we'll give it a side of 4. Then I'll steal this, and we'll find out if I can make everything. That's going to be 2 and 2. And I can reuse area, but I've got to take out my double or I'll get in trouble. And we'll save that and compile it. All right, so we have now, once we've gotten our error corrected, we have rectangle R1, and then we have a square, which has side 4. Let's make sure this compiles. And yay, and now we'll run it. Now, I didn't change my R2 to square, which was stupid, S-Q-U-A-R-E. Let's try running this again, make sure everything is actually working. All right, so 2 times 3 is 6, so we get an area of 6, and the square is 16. So that has our overloaded rectangle. And now what we're going to do is something that is a little interesting. All right, what we've done with our cube that is going to be different is I'm going to have a rectangular base. So I'm going to define a new instance variable where the variable type is rectangle. Okay, and so this is going to be stored with my rectangle class, and the name of my rectangle is base. And I haven't given it a value because I'm going to do that in my constructor. So in my cube3 constructor, I'll set length, width, and height, but now I'm going to construct a base that is a new rectangle, length, width, and then height is this dot height. Now, all we're doing is using our rectangle to construct the base of the cube. Now, what's exciting about that? Nothing really. But the point I'm trying to make is that a class can be a variable type. My class rectangle is now the variable type. I'm giving it the name base, and then I'm saying that the base is a new rectangle. So I am now constructing the rectangle with the length and the width. And now my volume is base.getArea times height. And just in case I'm interested, I have getBaseArea method that returns base.getArea. So remember, base is the name of the rectangle. So if I go back to the rectangle, remember, he says, there we go, we have a getArea method. When I have constructed the rectangular base, this is my constructor again, then I can use base.getArea to call the rectangle getArea method. So now let's go back to our runner, and we will bring this back up so we can see it, and take that out. And now I have cube3 C31 equals new cube3 233, and I have a get volume and a get area. Well, let's see what happens. It says, yeah, we want to save them all. Ooh, and it actually compiled. Oh, we can do that. All right, so here, whoops, here is our volume is 18, and our base area is 6. So length times width is 6, and 3 6s are 18. So that works wonderfully. The point I'm trying to make is that I can use my rectangle now for other things. And I don't have to rewrite in my cube a getArea method in case I want some part of it as a getArea. So we wrote a rectangle. Actually, we probably rewrote it because we'd already done this. And we have a constructor that has 2 sides and a constructor that has 1 side. That means that in my cube, I can probably do that as well. So I could, he says, write a cube. Let's do this. No, we can't do that. No, I don't want to do that. Actually, yeah, I do. And then in my runner, let's borrow all of this. BA, I love it. So this will be 32. And then let's make this just 2, 3. And we'll take out that and that. All right, so the base should have an area of 4, and it should then have a volume of 12. Let's see if 1 it compiles. Oh my goodness. And then run it. And there we go. A volume of 12 and an area of 4. So I've used my overloaded constructor from the cube and the rectangle and combined it all together. All right, let's go back. My rectangle had an overloaded constructor, so I take two parameters for length and width, and I get what would one normally consider a rectangle. I then write a rectangle constructor with a single variable or single parameter, and I get a square. Then in my cube, I make a constructor that has all three, length, width, and height. I took the base as length and width, and then height as, strangely enough, height. But then I also have public cube3 double side and double height, and I use my rectangle constructor with a single parameter, and I construct a square base. Okay, and then when I ran this, I run cube3.1 with 3 parameters and cube3.2 with 2 parameters. So now you've got all kinds of fun stuff. So there you go. We've overloaded the rectangle, we overloaded the cube, and we constructed all kinds of stuff.